wearing purple. Start wearing purple for me now. All your sanity and wits, they will all vanish, I promise. It's just a matter of time. So yeah. Since you were at 20, I was 20 and thought that's only years from now. A purple little lady will be perfect for turning old and useless clown. So yeah, start wearing purple, start wearing purple for me now. All your sanity and wits, they will all vanish, I promise. There's a matter of time. I know it all from Diogenes to the Foucault, from Ложечкин до Паспарту. И я клянусь обоссав два пальца, что ты, что музыка важила, I don't ever know.
His Majesty the King, Berenger the First. Long live the King! Long live the King! Her Majesty Queen Marguerite, first wife to the King, followed by Juliet, domestic help and ambassadors to their Majesties. Long live the Queen!
Long live the Queen.
Her Majesty Queen Marie, second wife for the King, but first in affection, followed by Juliet, domestic help and ambassadors. Long live the Queen!
Long live the Queen.
Long live the Queen! His Notability Doctor to the King, gentleman court surgeon, bacteriologist, executioner, and astrologist. I don't know. This is just a time when it ought to be hot. Central heating, start up. Nothing's working. Nothing's working. Central heating, start up. Radiator is stone cold. It's not my fault. He never told me he took away my job as chief firelighter. Not officially anyway. You never know with them. Long live the Queen.
There's a lot of dust about. And cigarette butts on the floor?
I haven't had time to do the living room.
This is not the living room. This is the throne room. How often do I have to tell you that?
All right, the throne room, as your Majesty wishes. I haven't had time to do the living room.
The throne room. It's cold.
I've been trying to turn the heat on, Your Majesty. Can't get the system to function. Tom is late too, and I heard the King ordering him to come out.
Is that so? The son's already deaf to his commands then.
There was a little rumble during the night. There's a crack in the wall. Juliet and I tried to fix it up.
It woke me in the middle of the night when I was sound asleep.
There it is again. Shall we give it another try?
It's not worth it. Now, where's Queen Marie?
She must still be dressing.
Naturally.
She was awake before dawn.
Oh, well, that's something.
I heard her crying in her room.
Laugh or cry, that's all she can do. Let her be sent for at once. Go and fetch her.
Long live the Queen!
Your eyes are quite red, my dear. Spoils your beauty.
I know.
Don't start crying again.
I can't really help it.
Don't go to pieces! Whatever you do, this is the normal course of events. You've been expecting it. Or had you stopped expecting it?
You've been waiting for it.
And a good thing, too. Now the moment's arrived. Well, why don't you give her another handkerchief?
I was still hoping.
Hope. Nothing but hope on their lips and tears in their eyes. What a way to behave. Oh, that's Greg! Oh, you've seen it, have you? And that's not the only thing. It's your fault if he's not prepared. It's your fault if this takes him by surprise. See, you let him go his own way. You've even led him astray. Yes. Life was very sweet with your fun and games, your dances, your processions, your official dinners, your winning ways, your firework displays, and your silver spoons and your honeymoons. How many honeymoons did you have?
They were to celebrate our wedding anniversaries.
Yes, you celebrated them 4 times a year. We've got to live, you used to say. But one must never forget.
He's so fond of parties. My poor darling, my poor little king.
Oh, give her another handkerchief. Be a little more cheerful, can't you? He is weak enough already. My, what a pernicious influence you've had on him. But there, I'm afraid he liked you better than me. I wasn't at all jealous. I just realized he wasn't being very wise. And now, you can't help him anymore. Look at you, bathed in tears. You're not defying me now. No, you've lost that challenging look, that sarcastic smile. Come on now, wake up, straighten up, and think. You're still wearing your beautiful necklace. Come along now, take your place.
I'll never be able to tell her.
I'll see to that. I'm used to the chores.
Don't you tell him either. No, no, please, I beg you.
Please, leave it to me. We'll still want you, you know, later. Need you for the ceremony. You like official functions.
Not this one.
Yes, I agree. This one won't be as amusing as charity balls. You know, the ones you threw for the victims of disasters, or honor lists, or lady novelists, or the charity balls for the organizers of charity balls. No, this one will just be for the family, with no dancers and no dance.
No, don't tell him. It's better if he doesn't notice anything.
And goes out like a lump? Impossible. You have no heart. Oh, yes, I have. It's beating.
You're inhuman. He's not prepared.
It's your fault if he's not prepared. When I reminded you that in life we must never forget our ultimate fate, you called me a pompous blue stocking.
It is pompous too.
As it's inevitable, he must be told as tactfully as possible. Tactfully. With great tact.
He ought always have been prepared for it. He ought to have thought about it every single day. All the time he has wasted. And what is the matter with you? Goggling at us like that? Oh, you're not going to break down too, I hope. No, you can leave us. Don't go too far, we'll call for you.
So I don't have to sweep the living room now?
Never mind. It's too late. Leave us.
It's going to be so hard. So hard.
Yes, as hard for me as for you and for him. Stop grizzling, I say. That's a piece of advice. No, that's an order.
He won't do it.
Not at first.
I'll hold him back.
Don't you dare! This is all going to take place decently. Let it be a success. It's been a long time since he's had one. His palace is crumbling. The fields lie fallow. The mountains are sinking, and the sea has broken the dikes and flooded the country. He has let it all go to rack and ruin, and you have driven every thought from his mind with your perfumed embrace. Such bad taste. But it was him all over. Instead of conserving the soil, he's let acre upon acre plunge into the bowels of the earth.
Expert advice on how to stop an earthquake.
Oh, I have no patience with you. He could have at least planted conifers in the sand or cemented the threatened areas. But now, the kingdom is as full of holes as a gigantic Gruyere cheese.
We couldn't fight against fate, against a natural phenomenon like erosion.
Yeah. Not to mention the disastrous wars. Our national boundaries were shrinking. Our soldiers didn't want to fight anymore. At the beginning of his reign, we had 9,000 million inhabitants.
Too many. There wasn't room for them all.
Now, only about 1,000 old people left. Less. Even while we're talking, they're passing away.
There are 45 young people too.
That's because no one else wanted them. We were forced to take them back. Besides, they're aging rapidly. Repatriated at 25, and up 2 days later, they're over 80. You can't pretend that's the normal way to grow old.
But the king, he's still young.
He was yesterday. He was last night. You'll see in a moment.
His notability, the doctor, has returned.
Good morning, Your Majesty.
Notability.
Good morning, Your Majesty. I hope Your Majesties will forgive me for being rather late. I hope Your Majesties will forgive me for being rather... I hope Your Majesties will forgive me for being rather late. I had to perform several surgical interventions of the greatest import to science.
Doctor, is there anything new? He is a little better, isn't he? Isn't he? He could show some improvement, couldn't he?
He's in a critical condition that admits no change.
So it is true. There is no hope. She doesn't want me to hope. She won't allow it.
You know, many people have delusions of grandeur, but you are deluded by triviality. Oh, there's never been a queen like you. You make me ashamed for you. Are you going to cry again?
In point of fact, there is, if you like, something new to report.
What's that?
Something that merely confirms the previous symptoms. Mars and Saturn have collided.
As we expected.
Both planets have exploded.
That's natural.
The sun has lost between 50 and 75% of its strength.
That's logical.
Snow is falling on the north pole of the sun. The Milky Way seems to be curdling. The planet is exhausted, winding its tail around itself and curling up like a dying dog.
That's not true. You're exaggerating. You must be. Yes, you're exaggerating.
Do you wish to look through this telescope?
There's no need. What else?
Yesterday evening, it was spring. It left us 2 hours and 30 minutes ago. Now, it's November. Outside our frontiers, the grass is shooting up. All the cows are calving twice a day, once in the morning and again in the afternoon. Yet, in our own country, even the trees are sighing and dying. The earth is quaking rather more than usual.
The Royal Meteorological Institute calls attention for the bad weather conditions.
I can feel the earth quaking. I can hear it. I'm afraid I really can.
Is that correct? It's getting wider and it's spreading.
The lightning is stuck in the sky. The clouds are raining frogs. The thunder is mumbling. That's why we can't hear it. 25 of our countrymen have been liquefied. 12 have lost their heads, decapitated. This time without my surgical intervention. Whereas
There's no need to go on. It's what always happens in a case like this. We know.
His Majesty the King! Attention for His Majesty! Long live the King! Long live the King!
Now where has he scattered his catches a cold, it's just that it's a bad habit.
May I be allowed to wish Your Majesty a good day and my very best wishes?
You know that's nothing now but a hollow formality.
Good morning, Marie. Good morning, Marguerite. Still here? I mean, you're here already. How do you all feel? I feel awful. My legs are a bit stiff. Perhaps I've been growing. I had a bad night's sleep with the earthquake and the siren screaming, the cattle bellowing. There's far too much noise. Oh! My ribs! Good morning, doctor. Is it lumbago? I'm expecting an engineer from abroad. Ours are no good nowadays. Besides, we haven't any. Why did we close the Polytechnic again? Oh yes, it fell through a hole in the ground. And on top of everything else, I've got a headache. And those clouds! I thought I'd banish the clouds. Clouds? We've had enough rain! I said, enough rain! Enough rain! What are you looking at me for? You look very red today. My bedroom's full of cobwebs. Go and brush them away.
I removed them all while you were still asleep, Majesty. I can't think where they spring from. They keep on coming back.
You see, Your Majesty, these too confirms my diagnosis.
What's wrong with you, my love?
I don't know. Nothing wrong.
You have rings around your eyes. Have you been crying? Why?
Oh, God.
I won't have anyone upset her. Why did she say, oh God?
It's an expression. Why don't you get rid of those cobwebs again, hmm?
This cobweb's disgusting. They give you nightmares.
Hurry up. Don't dawdle. Have you forgotten how to use a broom?
Mine's all worn away. I could need a new one. I could really do with 12 brooms.
Sire, we have some news for you.
No, be quiet.
Keep quiet yourself.
What she says isn't true.
News about what? What isn't true? Bree, why do you look so sad? What's the matter with you?
Sire, we have to inform you that you're going to die.
Alas, yes, Your Majesty!
But I know that! Of course I do! We all know it. You can remind me when the time comes. Marguerite, you have a mania for such disagreeable conversation in the morning.
It's midday.
It's not midday. Oh, why yes it is. Doesn't matter, for me it's the morning. I haven't eaten anything all day. Let my breakfast be brought. Doctor, you'll have to give me some pills to stimulate my liver. My tongue's all coated, isn't it?
Yes, indeed, Your Majesty.
My liver's all choked up and I had nothing to drink last night. I'll have a nasty taste in my mouth.
Your Majesty, Queen Marguerite has spoken the truth. You are going to die.
What? Again? You'll get on my nerves. I'll die. Yes, I'll die all right. In 40, 50, 300 years. Or even later. When I have the time. When I've made up my mind. For now, let's get on with the affairs of the state. Oh, my legs! Oh, my... No, I can do it alone. Oh. Good. There's some use in this set yet. Oh. Whew, this throw's going awfully hard. We ought to have it upholstered. And how is my country this morning?
You mean what remains of it?
Oh, there's still a few tidbits left. Let's send for all our ministers. Go and fetch our ministers. I expect they're still fast asleep.
They've gone off on their holidays. Not very far, because now the country is all squashed up, shrunk. They're at the opposite end of the kingdom, Your Majesty. In other words, just around the corner, at the edge of the wood beside the stream. They've come fishing. They hope to catch a few to feed the population.
Oh, go to the wood and fetch them.
They won't come. They're off duty. But I'll go and see if you like.
No discipline.
They've fallen into the stream.
Try and fish them out again.
Okay. Sire, you are going to die at the end of the show. You are going to die within the hour.
What did you say, my dear? That's not funny.
You're going to die at the end of the show.
Sire, you are incurable.
The king is now incurable.
I am not ill.
He feels quite well, don't you?
Stiffness, that's all. It's better now anyway.
He says it's all right. You see? You see?
Really, I feel fine.
Yes, sire. You are going to die. You will not have breakfast tomorrow morning, nor will you dine tonight. The chef has shut off the gas. He's handing in his apron forever.
And who can have given such orders without my consent? I am in good health. You're teasing me. Lies! You've always wanted me dead. She's always wanted me dead. I'll die when I want to. I'm the king. I'm the one to decide.
You've lost the power to decide for yourself, Your Majesty.
You always have power over me.
Not even you.
It's too late to fish the ministers out now. The stream they fell into with all its banks and willows has vanished into a bottomless pit.
I see. It's a plot. You want me to abdicate.
That would be the best way, a voluntary abdication.
Abdicate, sire. That would be best.
Abdicate? Me?
Yes, abdicate, governmentally.
And physically.
Don't give your consent. Don't listen to them.
They're mad. Or else they're traitors.
Sire, sire, my poor lord and master, sire.
You must have them arrested.
Guard, arrest them.
Guard, arrest them. That's it. Give orders.
Take them away and lock them up in the tower. No, the tower's collapsed. Take them away and lock them up in the dungeon or the rabbit hutch. Arrest them, all of them, that's an order.
Arrest them.
In the name of His Majesty, arrest.
Get moving then.
He's the one who's arrested.
Do it then, guard, do it.
Arrest them.
He can't move. He's got gout and rheumatism.
Sire, the army is paralyzed. A virus has crept into his brain to sabotage him.
What's come over you? Move, advance. Do you think you're playing statues?
Don't ask him questions. Don't argue. Give orders. Sweep him off his feet in a whirlwind of willpower.
You see, Your Majesty, he can't move a muscle. He can't say a word. He's turned to stone. He's deaf. Deaf to you already. It's a characteristic symptom, very pronounced, medically speaking.
Now we'll see if I've still any power or not.
Prove that you have. You can if you want to.
I'll prove that I want to. I'll prove that I can.
Stand up first.
I stand up.
You see how easy it is?
You see, both of you, how easy it is.
You're a pair of humbugs.
Conspirators, Bolsheviks. No. I can get up by myself. Oh, no, I can get up by myself.
Long live the king! The king is dying.
Long live the king!
Long live the king! Long live the king! The king is dead.
Long live the king! Long live the king! What a farce!
Long live the king.
The king is dying.
No! Long live the king! Stand up! Long live the king! Long live the king!
Long live the king!
You see? You see? He's better now.
Oh, it's only his last burst of energy. Isn't it, Doctor?
Just a final effort before his strength gives out.
Your triumphs are all over. You've got to realize that.
Your pains, your stiffness.
So the first time, I've never had them before.
Exactly! That's the sign! It really has happened all at once, hasn't it?
Well, you should have expected it.
It's happened all at once, and you are no longer your own master. You must have noticed, sire. Try and have the courage to look facts in the face.
I picked myself up. You're lying. I did pick myself up.
You are a very sick man, and you could never make that effort again.
No, of course not. It won't be long now. I mean, what can you still do? Can you still change anything? Can you give an order that's obeyed? Just try, and you'll see.
It's because I never used my willpower that everything went to pieces. You'll soon see what I can do. Guard, move, approach.
He can only obey other people now. Guard, take 2 paces forward. Guard, 2 paces back.
Off with that doctor's head, but first off with the guard's head. You see, his head's toppling, it's going to fall.
No, it isn't. It only wobbles a bit, that's all. It's no worse than it was before.
Off with your head. Right now, at once.
The doctor has a sound head on his shoulders. It's screwed on all right.
I am sorry, sire. As you see, I feel quite ashamed.
Off with Marguerite's crown. Off with your...
All right. Put it on the candle.
Thank you. What is all of this? How have I lost my power over you? Don't imagine I'll let things go on like this. There's just a bit of rust in the machine. It keeps the wheels from turning.
You can speak now. We give you permission.
Your orders, my king. Your orders, my love. See how beautiful I am? Smell my perfume. Order me to come to you, to kiss you.
Come to me! Kiss me! Can you hear me?
Why, yes, I can hear you. I'll do it.
Come to me!
I'd like to. I'm going to. I want to do it, but my arms fall to my side.
Dance then! Dance! Or at least go in that window, open and close it again.
I can't.
I expect you've got a bit of stiffness. Take a step forward, come closer to me.
Yes, sire.
Come closer to me.
I don't know what to do, how to walk. I've suddenly forgotten.
Take a few steps nearer.
You see, she's coming.
That's because she listened to me. Stop. Stand still.
Forgive me, Your Majesty. It's not my fault.
Do you need any more proof?
I ordered trees to sprout from the ground. I ordered the roof to disappear. What? Nothing? I order leaves to grow again. I order it to rain. What? Nothing? I ordered Juliet to come in through the great door. Not that door, that door. I order you to stay. I order bugles to sound. I order a 21-gun salute in my honor. What? Nothing? Oh, I can hear something!
This is only the buzzing in your ears, Your Majesty.
Stop trying. You're making a fool of yourself.
You're getting too tired, my dear little king. Don't despair. You're soaked in perspiration. Rest a little. After a while, we'll start again. Wait for an
In 45 minutes, you are going to die.
In 44 minutes, sire, and 50 seconds.
Marie.
In 44 minutes and 41 seconds. Prepare yourself.
The ceremony is about to commence.
Time turned back in its track.
Let us be as we were 20 years ago.
Let it be last week.
Let it be yesterday evening. Turn back time. Turn back. Time, stop.
There is no more time, okay? Time has melted in his hands.
If you look through this telescope, which can see through roofs and walls, you will notice a gap in the sky that used to house the royal constellation. In the annals of the universe, His Majesty has been entered as deceased.
The king is dead. Long live the king!
Idiot! Can't you keep quiet?
He is indeed far more dead than alive.
I'm not. I don't want to die. Be kind to me, all of you. Please don't let me die. I don't want to.
The crisis I was expecting. It's perfectly normal. A first breach in his defenses already.
The crisis will pass.
The king is passing.
I don't want to die.
Oh dear, look. His hair has suddenly gone white. Wrinkles are spreading across his forehead, over his face. All of a sudden, he looks 14th century older.
Antiquated. And so suddenly too.
Kings ought to be immortal.
They are. Provisionally.
I've been trapped. I should have been warned. I've been trapped.
You were often warned.
You warned me too soon. I won't die. I don't want to. But someone has to save me as I can't save myself.
You had been condemned. And you should have thought about it that very first day. Then, day after day, 5 minutes every day. That's the way to train yourself. 5 minutes every day. Then 10, 15, half an hour. That's the way you could have been prepared.
I did think about it.
Not seriously. Not profoundly. Never with all your heart and soul.
He was alive.
Too much alive. He should have had this thought permanently in the back of his mind.
He never looked ahead. He always lived from day to day, like most people.
You kept on putting it off. At 20, you said you'd wait till your 40th year before you went into training. Then at 40...
Oh, so young, so full of life.
Then at 40, you said, why not wait till your 50s? And then at 50, you said...
Oh, so full of life, wonderfully full of life.
Then at 50, you said you'd wait till your 60s. And so you went on, from 60 to 90 to 125 to 200 until you were 400 years old.
But I was just about to start. Oh, if I had a century before me, perhaps then I'd have time.
All you have now is half an hour, sire. You must do it all in half an hour.
My poor Majesty, my poor master's been playing truant.
I feel like a schoolboy who hasn't done his homework and sits for an exam without swatting up the papers.
Don't let that worry you.
I'd like to resit the exam.
You'll take it now. No resits allowed.
There is nothing you can do, Your Majesty, and neither can we. We only practice medical science. We can't perform miracles.
Do the people know the news? Have they been warned? I want everyone to know that the king is going to die. My good people, I am going to die. Hear me? The king is going to die.
Stop him, they mustn't hear him shouting.
That's not the king. I want everyone to know that I'm going to die.
Scandalous!
People, I've got to die.
Yeah, what once was a king is now a pig being slaughtered. He's just a king! He's just a man!
Your Majesty, think of the death of Louis XIV, or Philip II, or of the Emperor Charles V, who slept in his own coffin for 20 years. It's your Majesty's duty to die with dignity.
Die with dignity. Help! I'm going to die!
Poor dear king, my poor little king.
Shouting, Montrell.
It's impossible. I'm frightened. It's impossible.
Yes, it's all very painful.
He's crying, just like anyone else.
Oh, what a commonplace reaction. I'd hoped Terry would produce some fine ringing phrases.
People, help! Help! People!
His legs are all stiff.
I expect it's rheumatism, an injection to quiet him.
I won't have an injection.
No injection.
I know what they mean. I've had injections given to other people before. I never told you to bring that chair. I'm going for a walk. I want to take the air.
Your Majesty, you've made war 180 times. You've led your armies into 2,000 battles. First, on a white horse, with a conspicuous red and white plume, and you never knew fear. And then, when you modernized the army, you would stand on top of a tank, or on the wing of a fighter plane, leading the formation.
He was a hero.
You have come near death 1,000 times.
I only came near it. I could tell it wasn't for me.
You were a hero, do you hear? Remember that. Aided and abetted by this doctor here, the executioner. You ordered the assassination.
Execution! Not assassination.
Execution, Your Majesty! Not assassination. I was only obeying orders. I was a mere instrument. Just an executor, not an executioner. It was all euthanasia to me. Anyhow, I am sorry. Please forgive me.
I tell you, you had my parents butchered. Your own brothers. Our cousins. Our great-grandcousins. You massacred the lot and then scorched their lands.
And His Majesty used to say they were going to die one day anyway.
That was for reasons of the state.
You are dying too because of your state.
I am the state.
What a state the poor man's in.
He was the law. He was above the law.
No longer above the law.
The king is no more above the law.
The poor old boy is no more above the law. He's just like us, and not unlike my granddad.
Poor little chap. Poor child.
Child? Child! Then I can start again. I want to make a fresh start. I'll be a baby and you'll be my mother. I want to go back to school and be with my playmates. What does 2 and 2 make?
2 and 2 make 4.
You knew that already.
Oh God. She was just prompting me. It's no good trying to cheat. When I've gone, they'll laugh and stuff themselves silly and dance on my tomb as if I'd never existed. Oh, please make them remember me. Let them weep, despair, and perpetuate my memory in all their history books. Let all scholars, students study nothing but me, my kingdom, and my exploits. Let them burn all textbooks, destroy destroy all statues and place up mine in all public squares. Let them forget all other captains, kings, tenors, and poets, and fill every conscious mind with memories of me. Let them learn to read by spelling my name, B-E-B for Berenger, and let my likeness be on all the icons, me on the millions of crosses in every church, and let them scream my name through eternity.
Perhaps you'll come back again.
Perhaps I will come back. Let them preserve my body on a throne in a palace somewhere. Let them bring me food. Let musicians play for me, and let virgins grovel at my ice-cold feet.
Waiting there.
No, he's not yet completely delirious. There's too much sense in what he says.
If such be your will, your majesty, we will embalm your body and preserve it.
As long as we can.
Horror! I don't want to be embalmed. I want nothing to do with that corpse. I don't want to be burnt. I don't want to be buried. I want to feel arms around me. Warm arms. Cold arms. Soft arms. Strong arms.
He's not too sure what he does want.
We'll make up his mind for him. Now don't faint. Oh, there's another one. They're always the same. My dear little kid. There is no past. There is no future. Remember, there is only a present that goes right on to the end. Everything is present. Be present. Be the present.
Alas, I'm only present in the past.
No, you're not. Exist and die are just words. Figments of our imagination. Once you realize that, nothing can touch you. Just be an eternal question mark. What? Why? How? And remember that you can't find the answers is an answer in itself. It's you, all the life in you, straining to break out. Dive into an endless maze of wonder and surprise, and you too shall have no end and can exist forever. Let it dazzle and confound you. Escape from definitions, and you will breathe again.
He's talking!
Fear, crime, suspicion. Open the floodgates of joy and light to dazzle and confound you, if you want them to.
You bet he does.
I implore you to remember that morning in June we spent together by the sea, when happiness raced through you. You knew then what joy meant. Rich, changeless, and undying. If it was there then, it's still there now. Find it again. Look for it in yourself.
I don't understand.
You don't understand anymore. Well, he never did understand himself. Pull yourself together!
And how can I manage that? No one can or will help me. And I can't help myself. I can't help myself. I can't help myself. Son, son, will you miss me? Good little son, protect me. And if you're in need of one small sacrifice, then let all human creatures die, provide I can live forever, even alone in a limitless desert. I'll keep alive the memories of others, and I'll miss them quite sincerely. But it's better to miss one's friends than to be missed oneself. Light of our days, come and save me.
This is not the light you meant. This is not the timeless waste you wanted him to aim for. He didn't understand you. It's too much for his poor brain.
Love's labor's lost. You're on the wrong track.
Let me go on living century after century, even with the raging toothache. But I fear what must end one day has ended now.
Well, Sire, what are you waiting for?
Yeah, it's only his speeches that are never ending. And his two weeping women. They only push him deeper into the mire, to wrap him, bind him, and then hold him up.
No! There's not enough weeping, not enough anguish, not enough lamentation. Please don't stop them weeping. I'm dying. I'm trying to tell you, I'm dying. But I can't express it unless I talk like a book and make literature out of it.
Is that what this is?
It's not worth recording his words. Nothing new, and that's the way it goes to the bitter end. As long as we live, we turn everything into literature.
If only it could console him. 18 minutes and 30 seconds left.
I can still stand up.
It's the last convulsion, but one.
Have you mended my trousers? Or do you now think it's not worth the effort?
I never gave it another thought, Your Majesty.
You never gave it another thought. Well, what do you think about? Talk to me. What does your husband do?
I'm a widow.
Okay. Well, what do you think about when you do the housework?
Nothing, Your Majesty.
Where do you come from? What's your family?
You know, you've never taken any interest before. He's never had time to ask her. And you're not really interested now.
He wants to gain time.
Tell me how you live your life. What sort of life do you have?
A bad life, sire.
Oh, but life can't be bad. That's a contradiction in terms.
Life's not very beautiful.
But life is life.
When I get up in the winter, it's still dark, and I'm cold as ice.
So am I. But it's a different kind of cold. You don't like feeling cold?
When I get up in the summer, it's only just beginning to get light. A pale sort of light.
A pale sort of light? There are all sorts of lights. Blue and green, pink and white and pale.
I do all the palace laundry in the wash house. It hurts my hands and cracks my skin.
And it hurts. One can really feel one's skin. Haven't they bought you a washing machine as yet? Marguerite, a palace without a washing machine?
Oh yeah, we had to pawn that to raise a state loan.
I empty the chamber pots. I make the beds.
She makes the beds.
I polish the parquet floors and sweep and sweep and sweep. There's no end to it.
There's no end to it.
It gives me a backache.
She has a bag! Oh, we all have bags.
And now with the gardeners gone, I dig and rake and sow.
And then things grow.
And grow and grow.
I get quite worn out, exhausted.
You should have said something.
I did tell you.
Oh, yeah, you did. It's true, such a lot has escaped my notice.
There's no window in my room.
No window! You go out and search for light, and when you find it, you'll be happy. To go outside, you turn the key in the door, open it, close it, and turn it again to lock it. Now, where do you live?
In the attic.
To come down in the morning, you take the stairs. You go down one step, then another,
Not
down a step,
down a step.
down a step,
Down a step.
down a step.
Down a step.
And then when you get dressed in the morning, you first put on your stockings, and then your shoes.
Down at heel.
The dress, amazing.
A cheap one, a tatty old thing.
Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. It's a beautiful, cheap, tatty old dress.
Once I had an abscess in the mouth, and they pulled out one of my teeth.
You're in tremendous pain. But it starts to fade away and then it disappears completely. It's a tremendous relief. It makes you feel so wonderfully happy.
I feel tired, tired, tired.
So you take rest. That's good.
Not enough time for that.
Oh, well, you can hope you'll have enough one day. You take the basket and do the shopping. You say good day to the grocer.
He's enormous, hideously fat, so ugly he scares the birds and the cats away.
Marvelous! Then you take out your purse, you pay, and you get your change. And the market's a medley of green lettuce, red cherries, golden grapes, and purple eggplants. All the colors of the rainbow like a fairy tale.
And then I go home, the same way I came.
You take the same road twice a day, with the sun above you. Oh, you can gaze at the sun twice a day, and you can breathe the air. You never realize you're breathing. It's a miracle.
And then I do the washing up of the day before, plates smothered in sticky fat. And then I still have the cooking to do.
Sublime.
It's a bore.
It's
It
a
makes me sick.
bore? Some people one can never understand. It's wonderful to feel bored and to not lose one's temper, to be discontented and to be content, to practice resignation and insist on your rights. All of this is magical, like some endless celebration.
The white hair, there's no end to it. And after that, I still have to wait the table.
You wait the table? You wait the table? Well, what do you serve?
The meal I've just prepared?
Like what, for example?
I don't know. The main dish? Stew?
Stew! Yes! I used to be so fond of stew with potatoes and vegetables, carrots and cabbages all mixed together with butter, crushed with a fork and mashed together.
We could bring him some.
Send for some stew!
No!
But if he likes it.
Not for his health. He's on a diet.
I want some stew.
It's not what the doctor orders for a dying man.
What if it's his last wish? He must detach himself.
Gravy, potatoes, carrots. Lead me by the nose.
He's still making jokes.
Till now, I never noticed how beautiful carrots were. Go and kill those spiders in my bedroom. I don't want them to outlive me. No, wait! Don't kill them. Perhaps in them there's still something of me. It's dead, that stew. Vanished from the universe. There was never such a thing as stew.
Stew has been banished from the length and the breadth of the land.
At last, something achieved. Of all the things we crave for in life, the mighty ones go first. Now, we can begin. Juliet, wipe the sweat from his face. It's dripping wet. No, not you.
It's panic. It's panic oozing through his pores. You see, his temperature has gone down, though there's not much sign of goose flesh. He still looks tense, but see how the wrinkles of old age are settling on his face. But already he's starting to let things take their turn. He'll still have a few setbacks. It's not as quick as all that, but he won't have the wind up anymore. That would have been too degrading. He'll still be subject to fright, but pure fright, without abdominal complications. We can't hope this death will be an example to others, but it will be fairly respectable. His death will kill him now, and not his fear. We need to help him all the same, Your Majesty. He'll need a lot of help till he's drawn his very last breath.
I'll help him. I'll drive it out of him. I'll cut him loose. Separate the wheat from the tenacious tares that cling to him. Neither your charm nor your charms can bewitch the king anymore.
The charm of Queen Marie no longer casts its spell over the king.
No! You used to love me. You love me still, like I've always loved you. She thinks of no one but herself.
That's human nature.
I've always loved you. I love you still.
I don't know why, but that doesn't seem to help.
Love is mad.
Love is mad. And if you're mad with love, if blindly, completely, death will steal away. If you love me, if you love everything, love will consume your fear. Love lifts you up. You let yourself go, and fear lets go of you. The whole universe is one. Everything lives again, and the cup that was drained is full.
I'm full, right? Full of holes. I'm a honeycomb of cavities that's widening and deepening into bottomless pits. Makes me dizzy to see the gaping gulfs inside of me. I am coming to an end.
There is no end. Others will take your place and gaze at the sky for you.
Dying.
The younger generation is expanding the universe,
I'm dying.
boldly battering at the gates of heaven.
Oh, knock them flat for all I care.
They've also started making elixirs of immortality.
You incompetent fool! Why didn't you discover them before?
Everything that has been will be. Everything that will be is. Everything that will be has been. You're inscribed forever in the annals of the universe.
And who'll look up those old archives? I die, so let everything die! No, let everything stay. No! Let it die! If my death won't sound through the walls without end, let it all die! No, let it remain.
His Majesty wants the remains to remain.
No, let it die!
His Majesty wants it all to die.
Let it all die with me! No, let it survive me! Let it die! Let it stay! Let it die! Stay! Die! Stay!
He doesn't know what he wants.
I don't think he knows what he wants anymore.
He no longer knows what he wants. His brain is degenerating. He's senile. Gaga.
His Majesty has gone gaga.
Idiot! Can't you keep quiet? We want no more doctor's bulletins given to the press.
Doctor's bulletin suspended by order of her Queen Marguerite.
When I had nightmares in my sleep, you'd wake me up, kiss me, smooth away my fears.
Well, she can't do that now.
When I had sleepless nights and I'd wander out of my room, you'd wake up too. You pink flower dressing gown. You'd come find me in the throne room and take me by the hand and bring me back to bed.
It was just the same with my husband.
I used to share my flus with you and the colds.
You won't catch any colds now.
In the morning, we'd open our eyes up at the same time. Now I'll close them alone or not have you by my side. You used to pick my ties for me. Wouldn't always like them, but we'd argue about that. No one knew. No one ever will know.
Do you love me? Do you love me? I've always loved you. You still love me? He does still love me. Do you love me today? Do you love me this minute? Here I am. Here. I'm here. Look. Look. Take a good look. Well, look at me.
I've always loved myself. At least I can still love myself. Feel myself, hear myself, contemplate myself.
He's running late. He's standing back in his tracks.
No, it's nothing, Doctor. Executioner. Don't worry. These little tricks, these kicks against the pricks, they were all to be expected. All part of the program.
If this was a good old heart attack, we wouldn't have had so much trouble.
Heart attacks are reserved for businessmen.
Or even a double pneumonia.
That's for the poor, not for kids.
I mean, I can decide not to die.
You see, he's not cured yet.
What if I decided to stop wanting things, to just stop wanting and decided not to decide?
It was His Majesty, my commander-in-chief, who set the Thames on fire. It was he who invented gunpowder and stole fire from the gods. He nearly blew the whole place up. But he caught the pieces and tied them together again with string. I helped him, but it wasn't so easy. He wasn't so easy either. He worked 18 hours a day and made us work even harder. He was a chief engineer. And as an engineer, he invented first the balloon, then the Zeppelin, and finally, with his own hands, he built the first airplane. At the start, it wasn't a success. All test pilots, Icarus and the rest, all fell into the sea. Till eventually, he piloted the plane himself. I was his mechanic. Long before that, when he was only a little prince, he invented the wheelbarrow. I used to play with him. Then the rails, the railways, the automobiles. He drew up the plans for the Eiffel Tower, not to mention the designs for the sickle and the plow, the harvesters and the tractors.
Tractors! Good heavens, yes, I'd forgotten.
He extinguished volcanoes and made new ones to erupt. He built Rome, New York, Moscow, Geneva. He founded Paris. He created revolutions, counter-revolutions, religion, reform, counter-reform.
You wouldn't think so to look at him.
What's an automobile?
It runs along by itself.
He wrote tragedies and comedies under the name of Shakespeare.
Oh, so that's who Shakespeare was?
You ought to have told us before. Think how long we've been racking our brains to find out.
It was a secret. He wouldn't let me. He created the telephone and the telegraph and fixed them up himself. He did all with his own hands.
He was never any good with his hands. He used to call the plumber at the slightest sign of a leak.
My commander-in-chief was a very handy man.
Now he can't even get his shoes on. Or off.
Not so long ago, he managed to split the atom.
Now he can't even get the light off. Or on.
Majesty, Commander-in-Chief, Managing Director, Master.
We know
Majesty.
all about his earlier exploits. We don't need an inventory.
I've done such things. What do they say I did? I don't remember what I did. I forget. That's a throne. I'm here. I exist.
He doesn't even remember what a horse is.
I remember a little ginger cat.
Remembers a cat.
I used to have a little ginger cat. I fed him and stroked him, and he grew into the most gentle of cats. To him, other animals and cats were strange creatures he feared, or enemies that he mistrusted. He only felt at home with us. To him, we were cats, and cats were something else. Yet one day, he must have had the urge to go out on his own. And the neighbor's big dog killed him. Ah! And there he was, like a toy cat. A twitching marionette with an eye gone and a paw missing. I used to dream about it. That he was sitting in the golden embers in the fireplace, and Marie would say, "Why doesn't he burn?" And I would say, "Cats don't burn, they're fireproof." He came meowing out in a thick cloud of smoke. But it wasn't him anymore. What a transformation! It was a different cat. Fat, ugly, an enormous sea cat. A bit like Marguerite.
It's a great pity, I must say. A real shame.
Very far from easy to please. Really, quite wicked, vengeful and cruel.
Vain.
There have been worse.
He was gentle. He was tender.
We were rather fond of him.
You both complained about him, though.
That's forgotten now.
Several times I had to intervene on your behalf.
He only listened to Queen Marie.
He was hard and severe, and not even just.
We saw him so little, and yet we did see him. We saw him quite often, really.
He was strong. It's true, he cut a few heads off.
Not many.
All for the public good.
It was all his fault. He never cared what came after him. After him, the deluge. Worse than the deluge. After him, there's nothing. Selfish bungler.
He was king of a great kingdom.
He was the heart and center of it.
Its royal residence.
A kingdom that stretched around for thousands of miles. You couldn't even glimpse its boundaries.
Boundless in space.
But bound in time. At once, infinite and ephemeral.
He was its prince, its first gentleman, its father and its son. He was crowned king at the very moment of his birth.
He and his kingdom grew up together and vanished together.
It melts and evaporates till there's not a drop left. Not a speck of dust. Not the faintest shadow.
The very moment he was born, he created the sun.
That wasn't enough. He had to have fire made up.
And there were wide open spaces. And there were the stars, and the sky, and the mountains, and the oceans. And there were cities, and buildings, and people, and faces, and rooms, and beds. And there was light, and there was night, and there was peace, and there were wars.
And the throne.
And his fingers, and the way he looked, and the way he breathed.
He's still breathing now.
He's still breathing, because I'm here. Is he still breathing?
Yes, Your Majesty. He's still breathing because we are here.
Yes, no doubt about that. His kidneys have stopped working, but his blood is still circulating, going round and round. His heart is sound.
Well, that'll all have to stop soon. What's the good of a heart that has no reason to beat?
You are right. His heart has gone berserk. You can hear the frantic beatings of the king's heart. The beatings of the king's heart shake the house.
Good God! Everything's falling to pieces! A mad heart! A madman's heart!
A heart in a panic. It's infectious. Anyone can catch it.
No, it'll be quiet in a moment.
We know all the phases of the disease. It's always like that when the universe snaps out.
Well, it proves that this universe is not unique.
That never entered his head.
Okay. He's forgetting me. At this very moment, he's forgetting me. I can feel that he's leaving me behind. I'm nothing if he forgets me. I can't go on living if I don't exist in his distracted heart.
He's hanging on. He's still resisting. He's coming back to consciousness.
He's not coming back to me.
Your voice is waking him up. His eyes are open. He's looking at you.
His heart is taking over again.
Hold me tight as I hold you. Look at me as I look at you. She is getting you all mixed up. Forget about her, and you'll feel better.
Give in, Your Majesty. Abdicate, Majesty.
You better abdicate if you must.
I can hear. I can see.
Who are you? Are you my mother? My sister? My wife? My cousin? My niece? I know you. I'm sure I do know you. Ah! You hateful, hideous woman! Why are you still with me? Why are you leading over me? Go away! Go away!
Don't look at her. Turn your eyes If you don't remember, gaze at me and learn again that I'm Marie.
Oh, you're upsetting him. He is past learning anything now.
If I can't hold you back, at least turn and look at me. I'm here. Keep this picture of me in your mind and take it with you.
No, he could never drag that with him. It's far too heavy for a ghost. He has to travel light. Throw everything away. Lighten the load.
Lighten the load, Your Majesty.
Marie,
Marie's name now means nothing to the king.
Marie.
He said it.
He repeated it, without understanding.
Like a parrot. Sounds that are dead.
I don't know you. Don't love you.
He knows what not knowing means.
Have another look.
You can't see me. You can't see me.
He won't see you anymore.
He can't see anymore.
It's true, he has lost his sight.
He can't see anymore. The doctors made an official pronouncement.
His Majesty is now officially blind.
I can see myself. Behind everything I exist. Nothing but me everywhere. But am I in every mirror, or am I the mirror of everything?
He loves himself too much.
A well-known disease of the psyche, narcissism.
What's he trying to take hold of?
He wants something to lean on.
Where are the walls? Where are the doors? Where are the arms? Where are the windows?
The walls are here, sire. We're all here. Here's an arm for you.
The wall is here. The scepter.
Here it is.
Guard! Where are you? Answer me!
Still yours to command, Majesty. Yours to command. Yes, yes, I'm here. Yes, yes, I'm here.
Your bed is this way, Your Majesty.
I swear, we will never leave you, Majesty.
We're here beside you. We'll stay with you.
Guard! Juliet! I can't hear you anymore. Doctor! Doctor, am I going deaf?
No, Your Majesty, not yet.
Doctor!
Forgive me, Your Majesty, I must go. I am afraid I have to. I am very sorry. Please forgive me.
His voice is getting fainter. The sound of his footsteps is fading away. He's gone!
He's a doctor with professional obligations.
Where are the others? They've gone and they've shut me in.
They were a nuisance. All those people. Admit it, they got on your nerves.
I need their services!
I'll take their place. I'm queen of all trades.
I did not give anyone leave to go. Make them come back. Call them.
They could not have gone away if you hadn't wanted them to. You can't go back on your decision now. You've dropped them.
Let them come back.
You've even forgotten their names. What were they called? How many were there?
What do you mean? I don't like being shut in. Open the doors!
A little patience. The doors will soon be open wide.
The doors? The doors? What doors?
Were there once some doors? Was there once a world? Were you ever alive?
I am.
Keep still. Moving tirelessly.
I am. Sounds, echoes coming from a great distance. Getting fainter and fainter, dying away. I'm deaf.
You can still hear me? You'll hear me all the better. You no longer know what it was that was there all around you. You no longer know.
I no longer know what was there all around me. I know I was part of a world, and this world was all about me. I know it was me. But what else was there? What else? Me.
No, this you is not the real you. It's an odd collection of bits and pieces of horrid things that live on you like parasites. The mistletoe that grows on the bow is not the bow, and the ivy that climbs the wall is not the wall. You're sagging under the load, and that's what makes you feel so old. And it's that ball and chain dragging at your feet that makes it so difficult for you to walk.
No.
There you are. I've got rid of all those messy little things that worried you. Your clothes more beautiful, because we cleaned you up. You look much better for it. Let's have a little walk. Give me your hand. Give me your hand then. Don't be afraid anymore. Let yourself go. I will see that you don't fall. You don't dare. Your hand. Your hand. How disobedient he is. Don't clench your fists like that. Open your fingers out. What are you holding?